Hey team, hope you guys are doing well. I will say that I've been seeing some awesome things in the group, some awesome trades being taken, and I just wanted to jump on and show you how you could have traded the gap. If you're wondering what I mean by the gap, I'm sure most of you would have noticed on your charts today that there was a noticeable gap that had took place over the weekend. And so this gives us an opportunity because inside of that gap rests a lot of unfilled orders. And so I'm going to show you a quick example of what you could have done to trade in that gap. Now, for those of you who are part of our trading group, you understand what methodology we use. So I'm not going to go into detail about that here. However, using the supply and demand methodology without tweaks, we could have traded this very easily. So I'm going to jump on the chart. I'm going to show you how we could have traded this. Join me as we go on the charts. Right? Okay. So this is Euro USD, and I've kind of got it pulled back to where we would have been the morning in London session. And this kind of would have been what you have seen on the 15-minute chart. Now we could take that up to a higher time frame as well, just to kind of view what was kind of happening on the chart at that time. What we'll see is that price made a low, and then when it was supposed to make a lower low, it failed to make another lower low, which then gives us an indication that price might be wanting to push up into London session and perhaps even into New York session. If we were to go even higher on a higher time frame, and I don't want to get a bias, what we would have seen is that price had just taken a low, and after a major low has been taken, we understand that there might be some form of pullback. So with that in mind, it seems that all things are saying or suggesting that we would be going up. Now, when it comes to trading the Forex market, session timing is very important. Session timing is very important. You want to be trading the opens of these sessions, and they give you the best probability of a fast moving trade, right? So over here, we kind of have the session timing on, and I've got it set to my time. Let me change it quickly to where most people would have their chart set to. So I'm based in South Africa, and so therefore I have mine set to Johannesburg. So let me change it to New York time, and so that will be around about 1:45 New York time, right? And we're looking at London session. So coming onto the 15-minute chart, first I see that we have taken a low, right? And we've also taken a high. Now that kind of leaves me with two options. Either I take a trade right now off of a zone that I see, which is over here. But what I want to draw your attention to is something I've been talking to you recently about in class. And that is the 15-minute break. So after we've seen that 15-minute break over there, right, we then now, all we need to do is go down to the 5-minute and find a high quality zone using our methodology. So most of you will know exactly why I'm choosing this zone. So we'll choose this one over here. And then we'll probably also have this one over here on, right? Where's our targets going to be? Our targets are going to be, number one, firstly, this high over here. But since we are attempting to close the gap, our overall target would be somewhere in here. And then I kind of like to also have a midway point, such as, so between this and that of the entire gap area would be somewhere around here. Let me just get that more accurately. Somewhere around here, right? Because all gaps don't have to close 100%, but they can close 50% as well. So that's a 50% closure of a market gap. So we had our 15-minute break. We've got our two 5-minute zones drawn on. And now all we have to do is wait for the market to open. Remember, we're trading in our higher time frame direction, which we have established at this point is up. So we'll put on our first zone. We'll use 4.5 pip stop, and our targets are the high, but we're taking off at those logical points. Should it break through this particular zone, we shall then go lower and attempt to take that particular entry. Right? Let's see what the market did. Now, I know some of you would be saying, but this is hindsight, coach. But for those of you who are part of the academy, you know this is what I do quite often. So I'm just sharing with you the same concept. We had that break, we had that failure of supply, and we had it holding demand after that stop hunted. So now price has triggered us in, and we kind of just waiting to see what will happen. Okay, we've got an impulsive move up. Got an impulsive move up. Let's go back to the 15-minute. We are already in profit, but what do we have here? We have another 15-minute break. So keeping that in mind, we can now look for another 5-minute zone. And so we have this drop, this base, and that rally over there, which is kind of our entire 5-minute zone. Now it's a bit bigger than the one before that, but still a good trade based on our overall. So that's more like a 10 pip stop, which is still fine. There are ways to refine that, but I'm not going to cover that now. And our targets will be the same, right? So we got one trade running, and we're going to see if we can catch an entry on that particular second one over there. Looks like it's moving away. We'll see. Oh, just missed us. Oh no, tag this in. Tag this in, okay. And let's see. Comes back again. Okay, now we're on the move. Okay, let's see if we can do that again, right? There's a 15-minute break over there. Go back to our 5-minute and look for the 5-minute zone. And that's our 5-minute zone over there. And we're kind of just going to look for that long position again, right? This one again, quite a big stop. Same targets. They always begin to refine this, but for now, we're sticking to those particular things. So let's have a look. Price and moves. Tags us back in again. And let's see if we get movement. Oh, that literally came. And this is why it's important to give your trade room to breathe. You see how close that came to the stop? Right, so on some brokers that would have tagged you out and others would have kept you in. Let's see what happens from that point onwards. Okay, so at least now on 2 of these trades, we've hit the midpoint already. So we've kind of had our target overall. And anything beyond that is just gravy, right? We would have taken profit up there in any case. Doesn't look like this is towards the end of the day. We don't kind of get right up top there anymore. Right? But that being said, that is 3 successful trades. Let's pull it all to see what profit we would have taken. That's a 1 to 3. That's a 1 to 7. And that's a 1 to 18. Now, full disclosure, as price moves, you probably would not have taken full 1 to 18s. You would have taken profit as price moves along. But that being said, that's how we do it. Now, of course, we have to speak about how you do market direction, how you decide which way it's going to go. But the basic concept is we play the retest and we make sure that we have breaks of structure that form valid breaks of structure that are part of our valid system. Not any break of structure is a break of structure, but that's how simple you could have traded the gap today. Filling in the gap, closing the gap. That's how we trade the gap. Right? So I trust you found some value in that. And it's been Coach Chadwin. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube as well. Some of you might be watching this on YouTube. Some of you might be watching this in our Facebook group as well. But that's how we could have closed the gap. So happy trading. Have a blessed day further. And all of the best for tomorrow when you get on the charts, right?